Mr. Smith.
Yeah, what's up? What's good? What is happening? Welcome to the King M.E show. I'm King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
I'm feeling brand new because we are starting season 3, Tres, and we're doing something a little bit new today. We are streaming on all of our platforms as usual and in partnership with WTF Nation Radio. You got to point the other way.
This way?
That way.
That way.
That way.
I was pointing at you, but okay.
In partnership with WTF Nation Radio, one of the largest online veteran media platforms out there on the planet. They are fantastic. A 2.1 million reach. And we are excited to be one of their new shows over there, bringing our show about dating and relationships to their platform.
Yes.
So we here at the King and Me attempt to offer a real outlook on a healthy relationship, real being relatable,
entertaining,
accountable,
and loving.
We do our show here every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. This episode is going to be a little bit different for 2 reasons. A, because we are new to WTF Nation Radio and this is a new audience. Like Jay-Z said, allow us to reintroduce ourselves.
My name is okay. We're not Hope, but yeah, you get the point.
So we are going to do a little bit of that today. We are also going to address something that occurred just before we went live, as Michelle and I had a little bit of static that we had to work through. The show almost didn't go.
Not because of me,
but because of me.
But because of us. That's where I was going.
True. Well, no, because of me. I was the one that said, hey, I don't know if we should go live. And that's being real. That, like, this is what we're going to showcase on this channel. Because of our communication glitch.
So not because of me, because of we.
Because of our communication glitch, I almost said, bump this whole show today.
But being the voice of reason.
We worked it out. So we're here live. We are going to go into something that we normally do, and since it's the first Monday of our show of the month.
So, new fam. Sorry, babe. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So, new fam, what we do is we have a calendar that I got made, and every month we flip it to reveal. You ready?
Let's see it. Ooh, all right. So, what was going on this month? If y'all don't know, like, that photo is how do I say this?
Was Step Brothers.
Step Brothers, yes.
You know the movie Step Brothers with Will Ferrell and whatchamacallit? They had this moment like on the cover art, they were posing and kind of like looking that way. And that's what we did for that particular week. We posed and then we looked up. So 'twas us.
Okay, so shout out to, man, there's a lot of different places because we're having chats on a lot of platforms.
That's WTF Nation.
Yep. So this is from WTF Nation Radio. We got Calvin Richardson in the building. Salute to you. Shout out to Kiara. KC is in the building. Said good afternoon and tuning in from ATL, Georgia.
ATL, Georgia.
Hey, Kiara, appreciate you for tuning in. I hope I said your name right. Shout out to CC Smith. That is Tu Madre in the building. Appreciate you popping in. We got Will 4K. This is the owner of Perry Productions, one of the best videographers out there in the land. He's not as big as WTF Nation Radio, but he is
pretty
big.
He pretty
He is
big.
big.
He pretty big.
He was one of the first platforms that said that we could stream on his platform to his 200-some thousand followers, which is more than who we had. So you know what?
It's insane.
Appreciate you, bruh. Thank you. And we got Tarika's in the building. What up, Tarika? Said, please show your support through CashApp, King and Me Show. We don't advertise it, but we have it.
Yeah,
it's out there.
It's there. It exists.
And we bring this showcase and this thing together, and we're gonna get into who we are and why we're doing this and why we believe in it. And I'm thankful that we do it. I don't know if I've ever told you that. I'm thankful that you said yes.
Earlier today to make sure we still went live, or just like in general.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So let's see.
Season 3, y'all. Season 3.
So who are we? Michelle and I, we came together through a mutual friend several years ago. 2022 was when her and I first got together. I'm going to go a little bit about myself. She's going to go a little bit into herself. And then we're going to further go into how we got together. So I am a U.S. Air Force veteran. I served just under 10 years in the Air Force as a KC-135 boom operator. What is that? I'm glad you asked. A boom operator is somebody that refuels airplanes in the air. So I was an enlisted aviator. It allowed me the opportunity to travel and see the globe, and I'm thankful for that. My relationship status, currently in a relationship with Michelle. We are not married. We've been dating for 3 years.
Oh, look at you. All right, y'all. Technically, 3 years is next month, but hey, we're almost there. We'll count it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's close, like horseshoes and hand grenades.
What?
Horseshoes and hand grenades. Like,
is that a game?
Horseshoes is a game.
Yeah.
And then hand grenades, all you got to do is be close for it to be good.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So horseshoes and hand grenades.
Okay.
I'm
from Baltimore. I ain't played with horseshoes. Like, I'm gonna just be honest.
True.
We got horseshoe casino, but
You've
like
never played horseshoes.
Play what with them? On. Like, what do you do? Like, just toss them?
I don't know if certain people play horseshoes like that.
Again, I'm from Baltimore City. Like, we ain't do that. What? Like, I didn't even really see a horseshoe, a horse until I was a little bit older. We didn't have farms. We had rats. Did rats have shoes? Is there a rat shoe?
No.
Why you saying like that's ridiculous?
That is ridiculous.
But a horseshoe isn't? Okay, I digress.
Horse have shoes. Horseshoes.
Why can't a rat?
Wow.
Discrimination. Go ahead.
So before this relationship, I was married for 14 years. Got married at 20, divorced at 34, divorced around, it seems like ancient history now. 2019, I think, was my divorce. My freedom day is what I call it.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, my divorce wasn't like, people will talk about some typically bad divorces that they got taken to the coals and raked over and just destitute. While my divorce wasn't that, it was still bad. When you go through something, especially when you've been married as long as I was, when you have that split, you are going to be impacted. I came out of that bitter. I won't front. I came out of it upset. So it is funny a little bit to be in this relationship today when apparently I have said I will never get into another relationship again. I wish I had a buzzer sound effect because I would hit the buzzer on myself. Apparently I've said that. I don't remember this. Can't nobody show me any text messages or any live streams that I've said this on.
You have 75 million live streams. It's not that we don't know you said it. It's that we can't find which one it is. It's like so many of them that exist out there in the world, though.
Then it should be easy to find. If they could get the Epstein files and get those bad boys out.
What we should do is put like a link to your YouTube on ChatGPT and be like, ChatGPT, find the episode where he explicitly said
exactly. Or Google Gemini. One of these AIs should have the ability to be like, I need you to search through a catalog of the actual King Smith on all these platforms and tell me exactly what he said. I will never get into a relationship. But anyway, I digress. So I come out of my marriage. I have a series of situationships, and her and I got introduced through a mutual friend in 2022. So even CC Smith said, I did say it though. You know what? If my mom says that I said it,
if your mom and every single other person who has breath in their body said it, then it must be true.
Then it must be true. I'm going to admit that it could be true.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
But
keep going, Seth.
I need proof. So that's where we're at. Now I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Oh, I am a father. I have one 19-year-old child. She's in college right now.
Age check.
19-year-old child. She's 18?
She's 18.
Thank you. I have one 18-year-old college freshman who came out of the marriage, and that is me in a nutshell. So, speaking of shells, Michelle, look at that transition.
All right. Hey, y'all. So, my name is Michelle R.E.A.L. I have no problem sharing my last name because it goes with who I am. The show is called The King and Me. Me because those are my initials, M.E. I am 39. I just turned 39 this past Wednesday. I am single by definition, as in never been married, and I have no children. I am a high school teacher. I have never served, but I do thank all who have served. Some give all give some give all. And I do thank you all for your service and how you have bravely fought and defended this country. So thank you very much. Let's see, what else is there to know about me? We met through mutual friends. It's actually when I became a teacher. I'm a career changer, so studied and had done many, many things and then entered into the realm of education. When I entered into education at a particular school, I met a woman, and this woman was like, I know someone who is single if you were interested. And I was like, all right, bet, you can introduce us. So she had a little shindig. I showed up, he showed up, and the rest is history. I will say that we come from different backgrounds. He grew up in a military family. My mom is Jamaican. I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. I grew up in a Jamaican household in Baltimore, Maryland. Very much inner city living. King is very much Southern country.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. I'm Ravens all day, which
yeah.
Okay. So and Orioles fan, like it's hard being from Baltimore. It really is hard. Like we need moments. Like can we give a moment of silence for all of those who are Baltimore fans? Like,
yeah, that game was rough. If y'all are football fans and y'all watch that Sunday night football game, that ending was wild. But that's it's nice for us to be able to that's a common point for us because when we met, was I a Ravens fan when we met?
Yeah, you had, I think, not just, but you were new into the fold.
Yeah, correct. That's right. New into the fold because I was a Falcons fan. Growing up in Alabama, that was the closest football team for me. But when they lost that Super Bowl to the Patriots, I renounced my Falcondom.
And then came over to the Ravens, and we've been struggling to get to the Super Bowl ever since.
Maybe it's me.
I'm just saying.
Should I pick the Commanders?
It's funny. I was gonna post yesterday that you can't have a bad heart and be a Ravens fan, and then I was like, "Ooh, let me not post."
Yeah, the reason why she's saying that, I probably could have added a little bit more about that as me as well, and I could talk about it a little bit later on. Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna factor into choosing to be in a relationship and things like that as we talk more about us. So there was a question, and I do want to acknowledge one of the questions in here. It's a little bit off topic, but I think it's a really good question to ask. On WTF Nation Radio, there was a question, and I'm bringing it up here. Thank you. Can you read it?
She said, "What do you think of the male loneliness epidemic?"
Ooh, okay. I think that the male loneliness epidemic is misunderstood.
What is that?
So, have you ever heard of the term MGTOW, men going their own way?
Yes.
All right. So, for those of y'all that don't know, men going their own way is a term that came about for men that have been burned by relationships and feel as though the system that we're in now, and I'm going to say the marketplace that we're in because we're both business minded people, the marketplace that we're in now isn't really conducive to have a relationship kind of the traditional way. So I think that there's a narrative of these people, and I want to be clear about saying that because you'll hear stuff saying like incels, which is short for involuntary celibates, and people want to attach that to people that are quote unquote in the male loneliness epidemic, and think that that's a bad thing. I think that the male loneliness epidemic is misunderstood because we're in a different marketplace completely now. I think that women now more have the ability to sell their attention.
Ooh.
And they're giving their attention to the highest bidder, to the person that is paying the most. And if you don't have money, if you don't have status, and to a degree for men, if you don't have a certain look, then you're left out. You're left out from the people that some of these ladies are going to give their attention to. So there's a perception that there's a male loneliness epidemic, but I think that it depends on where you go. That might be true here in the US, but go to Cartagena, go to Colombia, go to Thailand. Ain't no male loneliness epidemic in those places. So yeah.
So I'm just going to add to that really quickly. Again, that's still a new thing for me, but you said something, King, and it pulls me back to our business ways. Again, consumerism. When we look at America, America is driven by consumers. Consumers drive our US economy. So if men are having an issue with, the quality of women that they're running into and the fact that women are only like sell, sell, sell. If you can afford me, then you'll get me. Then I say men stop buying. Stop buying it. Stop tolerating it. If you as the consumer stop tolerating it, then guess what? The producer is going to have to stop producing it.
Yep. But when when a freshly minted 18-year-old can sign on to OnlyFans and generate 2.3 million in 1 week, who's going to say no to that?
Again, they are able to do that because someone is buying it. The issue is, like, I look at this and I'm like, it's a discipline thing. You don't know how to discipline yourself to not go after that. Do better.
I agree.
All of us do better.
I agree. So, Allie, that is a great question. And again, just to make sure that my position is understood, I don't think that there is a male loneliness epidemic. Those that do have resources aren't lonely. Infer with that what you will.
Oh, I do like the comment from Stephen Michael that says what they should be looking for is a godly woman, not an attention seeker. Now, I will say, what's that?
No, go ahead. I have to fix the chat. I wanted to put Steven's chat up. Because this is kind of new, there are some technical things we are going to have to work through. Bear with us.
So I do like that. Some will, those who are God-fearing will definitely say, if you get you a godly woman, you're not going to have those issues. And that is definitely a hope and a prayer. I'm just going to say that no one is perfect. No one is without fault. No one is without sin. So it is definitely a hope that you get you a godly woman. You don't have to worry about that. The same can be true for women who are like, I don't have to worry about these 304s out here in these streets if I go and get me a godly man. And the prayer is that, yes, if you go and get you a godly spouse, that you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to pray with you and pray that is what happens.
Hey, Steven, thanks for bringing that up because that Let's go into that.
All right, let's go into that.
For people that don't know us, when was the last time that I've stepped inside of a church?
It wasn't. Was it the last performance my niece did?
Yes.
I think you have to clarify. When was the last time you stepped inside of a church for
service?
That, I don't know, Jesus was probably here the last time you did that. But the last time you stepped into a church was with me, because when I did photography, you came with me inside of a church for that. I think 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've gone to a performance with me for my niece, which was at a church. But then there was one time where you went. Was that it? Were those the only 3 times?
Those were 3 times that I can tell you. 2 times with you. Well, all 3 times were with you,
Yeah.
but 2 in one location, 1 in another one.
Okay, then I guess that time. 3 times.
Why are we bringing this up? Because I am not a religious person. I grew up Southern Baptist and have that experience, but I am not somebody that is active in a church community, while Michelle.
I am very, I will say I am very religious. I'm going through, my own thing right now, but I am very religious. I grew up in a Black Baptist household. I grew up going to church every single Sunday, going to church throughout the week. I was on the choir, so I had choir rehearsal, youth things. I was always at church growing up. And even to the point where I am a licensed minister, within the church that I currently attend now.
So I knew that about her before we met, because she is very open on a website. She does a vlog called God Happened to Me. And I'm like, okay. I don't know if this is going to work, because I'm not a religious person. And I made that known when we first communicated and was getting to know each other. So much so that I said, look, I think you're attractive. It wasn't and it wasn't just her beauty that got me. Like,
it was my booty.
In talking with her, she's a very smart, intelligent woman. And I'm like, yo, I don't understand this. Like, you're attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Why you single?
Ooh, ouch.
And then people say that they want a godly woman. Well, for people looking for a godly woman, there was a godly woman here. What's the problem?
Ouch.
What am I not catching here?
Excuse me, sir. So yes, it does feed into a lot of what Steven said, but I do want to take a moment to shout out David Cunningham.
David.
Hey, how are you?
Hold on real quick.
Go.
David, I was near you. And if I had more time, I would have loved to have gone out and had lunch with you. I also owe you something that we got you from Japan. Brother, I can't find it.
Oh my God.
So when I do find it,
what?
I will get it. Yes. I'm going to admit that.
Did you put it in the safe?
Speaking of, it didn't go in the safe because my safe batteries are dead. I got keys to open it. They're somewhere. So when I find out what we got you from Japan, it ain't lost. It's just not found. I'll make sure to get it to you, and that's my word. And the next time that I'm out your way, I might just make a trip, David. I might just make a trip out on the weekend, man, just to link up. David's a cool person. He's also a veteran himself. And I want to give DC a salute to him. So thank you for tuning in, DC.
I love how you just going to like skate over the fact that like all of that.
I had to like sandwich it, right? Like say something good, then put the bad stuff in between, and then say something good afterwards.
What are you, a special education teacher now? Like what's going on?
I learned that from somebody. You have the floor now. I'm sorry. You forgot what you was talking about.
What was I talking about? Religion? No. It wasn't religion.
We just gonna go.
Okay. So basically, I grew up in the church, and religion is definitely something that is of great importance to me. my faith means a lot. And when King and I met, he would always say that we were oil and water. So he was water, I was oil. There was no way that we could come together. But one thing that I knew for me, and it's piggybacking off of what Steven said, I had gone the route where I was dating the church guy. I dated that godly person, or that person who said that they were, very religious, like, oh, I love the Lord. And their actions never matched it. But when I met King, what I saw was someone who, to me, I believed definitely embodied everything that scripture was saying, represented that fully, and was able to do something that meant the world to me. So I absolutely love First Corinthians, and when I look at King, I see First Corinthians 4 through 8. Like, that is what I see when I see King and being that in a relationship with him. So yeah, we have different faith values, but one thing is true, one thing is pure. King does not prohibit me from going to church or anything like that. There's some people who are like, well, if you get with someone who's not a believer, they're going to be trying to keep you out of church. Not true. King is the exact opposite. He's like, Michelle, did you go to church today? Like, why? What's going on? What's happening at church? Have you reached out to your pastors? He's always pushing me into that mentality and to make sure that I am going to God and, all the things. So
I did tell her though, I said, hey, look, I need you, because I also understand like how society's gonna look at that. And I'm big on, I don't care what society thinks.
mm-hmm.
I care about what you think and what we agree on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey, look, because I know how this is, again, I was raised in a church. Is it going to be hard for you to be in a relationship with me where you will not catch me showing up for any service and then have people go, well, where's King? I see you talk about him all of the time. I've met some people in person, but like, why doesn't he ever show up here?
I still want to say, you did say you would come for the important things. I just haven't had an important thing to ask you to come to yet.
Ooh, then I might need to clarify. I don't think
it's too late. You already
I
said
will
it.
ever.
It's too late. You already said it.
Because then it's like, well, what's an important thing?
Like a really, really big thing. I haven't had that yet. I haven't had something where I'm like, I really would like King to be by my side. I haven't had that moment yet. I don't know if it's going to come. This could be like 50 years down the road.
There could be some type of compromise, baby. Like, hey, I know that y'all kind of fall on the time. What time is your important thing gonna be? I show up for that.
And that's what you said. You said you would come for my segment of the important thing. You did say that.
And then I leave. We might have to revisit that.
No, we can't.
That discussion.
We've already said it.
Yes.
But we've already.
No.
There's no take backsies in this.
Is it in the contract?
Speaking of contracts, so one of the things to know about me and King and our relationship is when we first got started, we started with a friendship contract. So a contract that outlined who we were, how we were going to treat each other as friends, and it slowly evolved to a dating contract. I want to tell y'all the story of how we became a couple, because my story is better than King's.
It is.
So when we met on August 6th, 2022.
2 days after my birthday.
2 days after his birthday. I was a belated birthday gift. You were so welcome, babe.
Yo. Oh, keep going. This is good.
So we met through a mutual friend, and we talked all the time. Like, we met on a Saturday, and we were introduced. King was not interested in dating at the moment. So When it was time for me to leave, I said, bye, everyone. And, I did that exaggerated, let me take forever to get up out of this place. Took forever for me to get up. King's still sitting down at the table, like playing the game that he brought, because it was a game night.
Deuces.
He was like, deuces. And I was like, okay. So I stepped outside and I called the woman who introduced us. And I was like, so is he interested or not? Like, what's going on? He is just sitting there. So she was like, okay, hold on, let me find out. So she told King. King came outside, no shoes on, because they have a no shoe household. So he came outside in just his socks. And we're standing there, We exchanged telephone numbers, and then we set up a time to do a Google Meet together, right? Like, how classy. He sets up a time for us to do a Google Meet on that Tuesday. So we get on this Google Meet and we're talking, and like I'm trying to look all professional because like I feel like I'm on a job interview. I got to sit up and make sure my hair is nice, make sure I have on the good frame glasses, all that stuff. Make sure I look good. We're sitting, we're talking, and King does tell me that he wasn't interested in dating, but he would like to go out on an outing. That's what it was. It was an outing. He wanted to go out on an outing.
I like doing things.
To an arcade. So I was like, okay, bet. He told me to go meet him at the arcade. We go, and I wouldn't say I got super dressed up. He was a little bit more dressy than me because he was supposed to be going out with someone later. And we are not even a solid 2 minutes into what's that, table hockey?
Yeah.
When he tells me, I'm sorry, Michelle, but I thought about it because we had that conversation on Tuesday, and then our outing was that Saturday. He's like, I'm really not looking for a relationship. Like, I just want to be friends. And I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. Totally fine. So this is how that day evolved, our outing, how it evolved. We were playing table hockey. We played some other games in there. And then I was hungry. So I was promised a game and a meal. And I'm like, I would like my food now. I'm vegan. He's not. We go to Panera Bread. But we took separate cars. So we get over to Panera Bread. And whatever plans he had later on that day got canceled. And I was like, let's go to DC. Let's go to DC. He says yes. So we drive to his house. Again, I'm just my first time hanging out with him. We drive to his house and he changes his clothes, and then he changes his clothes. We drive down to DC. We spent on our first outing together. We spent a solid 10 hours together, traveling all throughout DC, going to the National Mall, checking out the monuments, all that stuff, and ended it with dinner at Busboys and Poets. And that was the end of our first outing. From there, we talked every single day for over 2 months. We started watching Thursday night football together. I told you my story is better than his. Ignore his facial reactions. We started watching Thursday night football together at each other's houses. He would come over and, he was so loving and so caring and always doing all the things. And then I was always telling my friends about him. And one day in October, it was a Sunday, I was with some people from church, and they were like, well, if you and King aren't going to get together, you should get on Hinge. And I was like, okay, I'll sign up for Hinge. So I'm texting King, and I'm like, King, I'm going to join Hinge. Can you help me set up my dating profile?
I'm like, cool.
He's like, bet, whatever. He helps me set it up, and I instantly get a hit from this guy. The guy is like, let's meet up. And I said, okay, let's meet up. We meet up on that Tuesday. I have a horrible date with him. And I call King as soon as it's over. And I'm like, King, this date was so horrible. And I'm just like yelling and fussing and so upset, so bitter. King stays in the parking lot of the grocery store where he was, waits for me to come. And then after he comes, I get in the car. And that's when we make the decision to transition from just a friendship to a dating situation.
I'm going to tell you.
Hinge brought us together.
Yeah. So
that's my version of the story, and I'm sticking to it.
They're about 90% on point.
100% on point.
About 90% on point.
He's a hater, so he's not going to agree with my my version, but it's definitely what happened.
So why get into a relationship if I was adamant that I did not want to be in a relationship? Like I said earlier, Michelle is a dope person. And this is going to be such an unromantic thing to say, baby.
Oh, goodness. Not after David Cunningham called you smooth operator.
But it's not like you haven't heard this before.
Oh, ouch.
I saw at least somebody that was going to not be a liability in my life.
That's so romantic. That's how you got to speak to them nowadays. That's what you got to say. You got to look that woman dead in her eyes and be like,
are you going to be a liability?
I think I can bang with you. You're not going to cost me too much money.
But see, it's not just about money.
Ooh, what
The-
else makes someone a liability?
The liability factor is how are they on your time, and when you're with them and when you're around them, do they bring value to
Ooh.
your life? So in a quick analysis of that, I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't see chaos occurring. At least they don't show you that early on
No one does.
because no one does because they trying to hook you. But I didn't see chaos. I didn't see somebody that was a liability, and I saw somebody that in the community was good. People that knew her spoke high about her and things like that. Like, you know, the people that you have to go, hey man, I don't know. Let me give me your number so we can chat, because some things you might need to know, right? Like, I didn't get that from her. Again, I mean, just let's be open and honest here. There is a stigma though. Like, I can be 40 years old and single and state that, and nobody's gonna look at me sideways.
Actually, it's starting to change now.
Based on what?
I have seen, because a lot of random things show up in my news feed. I have seen where if it says like if he's 40 plus and he's never been married and has no kids, you will soon find out why. That's what I'm seeing.
I think that is a false narrative that's out there. Men don't get judged the same way that women get judged.
No, not the same way, but I am starting to see that more.
I'd be curious to know what group of people would like make that statement.
I don't think you want to know.
Interesting. Say it. Who?
It's a certain group.
What group?
So, we'll talk about it later. No,
we can't be honest, open, and transparent. Shout out to the Real Precious.
The people that I have seen say that look like us and may have, you know, a kid or two themselves.
Okay. I believe I'm tracking. That could be a future episode.
That could be a future episode.
Yeah, actually, that can be a future episode. Interesting. All right, let's see.
But no, you're right. I am, like I said, I'm currently 39 years old. We met when I was about to turn 36 years old. And there is definitely a stigma that's attached to being a woman of a certain age and never having been married and having no kids. Because again, I have no kids. I don't have no baby daddy drama. I have nothing like that. I have no close calls. I don't have anything, you know, I don't have any shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I don't have any of that happening. So that definitely is something that's like, wait a minute, she's educated. She is beautiful, his words, and mine.
She is.
Thank you. All of that, and never been married, no kids. What's wrong with her? Like, it has to be something big that's wrong with her. And I don't think there is. Oh, what's that face mean? Okay, no, go ahead. Spill your tea.
Have we talked about
Spill your tea. What you think is wrong?
It ain't that I think is wrong. I think that past traumas that we've both experienced do present themselves that come from me and come from you that can make relationships difficult. And I don't know all of your past relationships.
Because I don't know. What you don't know is because I can't remember.
But I have spoken to one of your past relationships. And
are you ever going to tell me what y'all said?
No.
And the sad thing is he won't tell me either.
Man code. Great. Shout out to him. Again.
I want to know.
I don't have it. It's like if somebody wanted to be like, hey man, so your ex-wife, like I'm thinking about, you know, taking that serious. I'd be like, hey man, like, and then if they came to me and said, you know, is there anything that I should know? My honest answer, and I'm just gonna say this live, would be like, who they were with me and who they were then is not the same person that they are now. With that being said, here are some things to consider, and I think that that's fair. I think that that's fair of me. I think that if somebody wanted to ask about me, I'm like, hey, look, how I was with this person is not going to be how I am with you. However, you should know this about King. And that would be a totally fair thing to like. You're good.
I am.
You're not
I'm
that
trying
good.
hard.
You're
I
not
really
that
am
good.
trying hard here.
So for those of y'all that are new for us, we're showcasing that it ain't all roses, but I don't think it also has to be hard either. I think relationships are as hard as people make them. We both have peers that we know and folks that we've been introduced to that have been together for 20 plus years, and they'll say the same thing. And for those of y'all that might be watching or listening, if y'all have like words of wisdoms, things to consider, please put it in the comment section. We're choosing to share this in hopes that maybe this brings value and entertainment, edutainment out there to somebody, but we don't have the answers. And we also kind of do this so that we can get feedback from other things, experiences that other people go through, because that type of stuff can help not just shape us, but it could shape somebody out there that's watching or listening. So it doesn't matter if you 5 years, 2 years, you're just into something. Hey, I've been in the game and with my person for 30 plus years. Like, you have something valuable to bring to this conversation. So if at any point we're talking about something, or we are going to have call-in shows once we figure out the tech part on our side, get people to come up and share some things that, they're going through. Eventually, what I would like to do is, how people have mixers and singles mixers and things like that.
I told you about that.
We
should do that.
We want to do something like that. I think we have the skill set to organize that ourselves and make it work. The where would be difficult.
I know we could. Like, I have faith in us to be able to do that.
Finding the time would be difficult, but I think we've got the skill set and the resources to make that happen.
Let's do it, babe.
Let's do it. Transition. What's next?
So I think, again, because we're kind of like reintroducing ourselves out here, I think one of the greatest things that we should say to our audience, to those who are new, and then remind those who have been here for a hot little minute, I think we should continue to remind you that on this show, we are going to be very, as King said, honest, open, and transparent. Hot. Shout out to the real precious. We are going to make sure that we share the transparency of our relationship and how things have gone. But more importantly, we want to hear what's happening with you all. We are already in a relationship, and we want to share that advice, share, tips and tricks that we have learned along the way. But we also want to be able to talk about what's happening in the current dating market, what's going on, how that impacts you, whether you are a teacher, whether you're a vet, whether you are active duty, whether you are just like Joe Blow walking and roaming the streets, whomever you may be, whatever you're doing, we want to be able to make this personal and relatable to you, because that's part of being real, making sure that it relates to what you need, making sure you get what you need when you come here every Monday at 7 p.m. So, that's a little bit of who we are.
Thank you. I'm going to read this comment.
Go.
And then I'm going to make a statement.
Go.
And this is why I might lose some people.
Oh, goodness.
Intrepid as first said, I don't know if a lady is 40 and single, she's either recently divorced, AF, and a danger to be around. But I'm 30, so I may be too old and out of touch. Brother, at your age, you're actually at the perfect age to see the switch, because this is why I'm going to lose people. This is why I'm going to lose people.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
Censor. Earmuffs. Go ahead.
In my opinion, men's best value occurs right at around your age, Intrepid. 30 plus, when you start to understand your assets, you're earning more, you have the ability to manage your time better, so you can be in the gym and, be more active. You still got like all of the testosterone and stuff going.
The man.
You're at that age where life's going to start accelerating for you. And when people are evaluating you on the dating marketplace or the relationship marketplace in general, it's a combination of status, your earnings, and how you look that ultimately matters. That's my take on it. for a man at your age. For a woman,
Let's see how he's going to put his foot in his mouth. Go ahead.
you better find somebody between the ages of 18 and 26. You get over the age of 30 because primarily, and I'm not saying that it's just looks, but beauty matters for women differently or different than men. So if you get to the age of 30, like poker players, you better be pushing them chips in.
Oh my gosh.
And finding you somebody. And then also, I don't, oh, how much am I about to get canceled for this? Because I want to keep my day job.
You know what they used to say back in the church? They said, you dig one ditch, you better dig two, because the trap you set may just be for you. I feel like you digging some ditches over here.
Let's dig some ditches.
Oh, goodness.
I also think that the older that women get that don't have good guidance and structure from a structured relationship, the crazier and harder it is for them to find that.
Oh my gosh.
I said what I said. I said what I said. But don't just take my word for that. Go out there and ask an older gentleman that's older than me. I'd say between the ages of 45 and 60, that's not a pandering man, that is willing to be honest about what they observe.
Mm-hmm.
And their life experiences, I think, will confirm that. In general, this is not everybody, it's not all, but there's a term crazy cat lady, there's not a term crazy cat man.
You know what? Let's talk about the sexism in that, okay?
You have the floor.
First of all, not every woman who is single and of a certain age likes cats. Some of us are allergic to cats, okay? Some of us are allergic to cats. And we look at that situation and we're like, oh, hell no, I'm not going through all that. I'm not doing all that. That's not a thing. It's not going to happen. That's not going to be me. So I'm just saying we can be older and not marry and it's okay. I do want to shout out. So it looks like we have a new person in the building, Edward.
Ooh, Chashlishki.
Shout out to you, Edward. Thank you so much for joining.
We also saw
2 comments from David.
And Uncated Love.
Oh yeah,
that's a new name.
Yes, Praying Arms. That's also coming from WTF Nation Radio. But David, I will say, David said before saying y'all better call Tyrone, he said we will both be good counselors or love doctors.
Hey, that's a compliment, David, brother. I'll take that.
Thank you.
I'll take that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now we have a couple of minutes here. Our show is going to end abruptly at 7:55 because the following show that comes on WTF Nation Radio is aptly called the Monday Edition, hosted by Ice. Ice is a U.S. veteran himself, a great dude. I'm thankful for, because he was the station manager when I came on to WTF Nation Radio. I also host the Sports Bar, which is Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone on WTF Nation Radio's platforms. But Ice is going to come on. He's going to host the Monday edition in which he talks about things that occurred over the weekend, a lot of stuff around the political space, and just things that's happening in the U.S. in general. The man has a breadth of experience around a lot of different things. So for those of y'all that tuned in for here, WTF Nation Radio offers something for everybody. So be sure to stick around for the live stream for the Monday edition, hosted by Ice.
Yes. Take you a quick little bathroom break, go get you something to drink, come back, enjoy the Monday edition.
So with our couple of minutes that we have left, I want to talk about how we almost didn't have this show tonight.
Oh, okay. Can I tell the shorter version?
Oh, because you're better at that? Yes.
So the shorter version is this. We talk about this. When we talk about being real, relatable, entertaining, accountable, and loving, a big part of that accountability could kind of be balled up in the one word that you hear all the time if you ask people, what's the most important thing that you need to have in your relationship? So this is me asking you, before I reveal the answer, What do you believe is the most important thing that you need to have in your relationship? I'm going to give you a 5-second count because I'm a teacher. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the most important thing that you need to have in your relationship? That's right, communication. Effective communication.
Honest, effective communication.
Honest communication. Open and transparent. Honest communication. You need to be able to have that in order to have a thriving relationship. And I'll be honest, we had a communication breakdown. And it seemed like this communication breakdown, it wasn't even so much where we had an issue this weekend. It's that, more truth, this was like the third communication breakdown that we'd had in 3 weeks.
And I was tired of him.
He was tired of him. I was tired of him. I was feeling some type of way. I'm like, we're coming up on our 3rd anniversary, and you know how I feel about things. When we were on our 2nd anniversary, one of the things that I prayed for with our relationship is that we would have effective communication. Like, I distinctly remember being at National Harbor and uttering that prayer that I could see that for us, for this year, we were going to have effective communication in order for our relationship to thrive. And I'm going to be honest, here we are today, September 8th, realizing that we need to have effective communication in order for us to thrive. I love this man with all of my heart. And I want to be with him. I want to grow older with him because he's already older than me. I want to get more gray hair with him. I want to give him more gray hair. Y'all see that right there? That's me.
Oh, they coming along.
That's me.
They coming
That's
along.
me.
I like this.
I want to be able to go and live on a Grecian coast somewhere. I want to spend my life with this man. I truly, truly, truly love him. And I'm not just saying that because y'all are here. I love him. And what I realize is that love is not going to be enough. There has to be something so much deeper that continues to unite us and continues to pull us together. And communication is that key. Effective, honest, open, transparent communication is that key. That is what we need to see more and more of in relationships. So as you continue to come here week after week, because I'm already claiming that you're going to continue to join us every single Monday night, I want you to be honest with yourself, and let's bring that communication here. King and I almost didn't have a show tonight because we had a major communication breakdown. And if a communication breakdown can be so big that it could drive a wedge in between a bond as tight as this, like David Cunningham already said, it looks like we could be love doctors. If ineffective communication could drive a wedge between us, imagine what it could do as you're out there trying to get on that dating market, as you're out there trying to meet new people, as you're out there trying to explore. Communication is so effective. And it's not just the words that come out of your mouth. It's not just the words that you type. It's your body language. It's everything. Communication is so much more important than we honestly give it credit for. And that's what we want to work on every single week with y'all right here on this couch.
That was dope. See, intelligent. Like I could vibe with that. I couldn't vibe with anybody that couldn't put two coherent sentences together. And to be honest, I wouldn't have time for it. You might look at somebody and be like, "You pretty,
but you pretty dumb."
But you pretty dumb. Exactly. So we have a couple of more minutes left. Are there any questions that people have either about us, about what our show's about, or anything in general before we close things out?
I will say it looks like Ines Margarita responded to Allie on Facebook and said they
brought it on themselves. Mm-hmm. Statistically speaking, men die alone at higher rates than women.
That's so true. It's men true, but who are in relationships live longer. You're welcome.
But, however,
you're so welcome.
However, are these men that are dying alone unhappy?
It doesn't matter.
I don't think so.
If you're dying young, then yeah, probably unhappily.
But men, I know guys that are choosing to, how do I say this? They're choosing to not be in a quote unquote traditional relationship, but they ain't lonely.
They're the reason why OF exists and why women are out there with that level of commercialism or consumerism, because they're people who are willing to buy it.
Yeah, and there are people that are willing
And
to spend that money to pay for it because they're saying, I would rather spend this $400 for this 1 hour to where you come over, I get what I need, you get your money, and then you go about and there is no stress brought into my day. I get my release and you're gone.
That is exactly why we see so many women who enter every single relationship or approach every single man with a price tag hanging over them, because they're like, well, if Jane can go do it and get money, then I can get it too. Like, I see some women post and say, you cannot go out on a date with me if you are not willing to pay for my hair, my nails, my toes, and all that, which I think is absolutely ludicrous. Like, first of all, the audacity of a woman to think that a man needs to pay for her grooming in any context, whether y'all are in a relationship or not. And then second of all, the audacity of men to actually pay it. Like, bruh, no. If she had it before you, she can afford it without you. You should not pay that. And women, you should not be asking that. And those are things that we're going to continue to talk about week after week.
And the last thing that I'll say to close out that, the term passport bros exists for a reason. That's all I'm going to say.
Here we go.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm King.
I'm Michelle.
We are the King and Me Show. We will be live next Monday, 7 o'clock U.S. Eastern Standard Time Zone on all of our platforms, as well as WTF Nation Radio. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, we end our shows a certain way.
Yeah. Like that. Y'all gonna hear the smacking and get all of that.
Get all of it. And that are we 4D or what are we? What is the term? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what term you're trying to.
I don't know. 4K?
All in 4K.
All in 4K.
Yeah.
There we go.
HD.
HD. Thank you.
It's okay.
HD TV.
You're only missing the A and the D.
Life happens.
That was a bad joke. All right. We out, y'all. Peace.